Okay, so the other day when we were out at the bookstores buying books, I don't know if you saw those videos, but here's my haul video. You look for the bookstore videos. Yes, I documented our bookstore outings quite well. But I was with my sister one time. Sister, if you're watching, you said something to inspire a video. And she said, why do we even buy books when we can use Libby? And there's a library. And so we have access to pretty much all the books we ever would want if we are using our library card and, borrowing ebooks from the library. Like it's a huge, amazing resource. Why then do we buy books? So I've been thinking about that, and I was going to write down some of my thoughts, but I did not write them down. So this is all on the fly right here, just as if I'm talking to my sister and she said, why do we buy books? And now I'm going to answer her. And I don't know what I'm going to even come up with. I love having real books around, real books. And this kind of goes along with the discussion I saw the other day that MJ was having on her channel and somebody else that she referred to, but I can't remember who it was now. Anyway, there's sort of been a little discussion going around about the value of books. And so this is kind of like that, but why do we buy books? Why do we have libraries in our house? Why do I have 2,000 books in my basement? More than 2,000, I think. I don't even know. I've never counted. But you can see that video where I go through all of them. There's a lot of books down there. Why? So here's some of my reasons. First of all, I love the physical feel of a book. The smell of it, the look of it, artistry of it, the flipping the pages, the action of reading, the putting a bookmark in. I just think I'm never going to get over that. I think maybe the younger generation might not have that tie to physical books eventually, but I do think, at least in my experience so far, the younger generation, my grandkids and stuff, they still like to hold a book, right? There's that. There's also, I think, I just mentioned my big library downstairs, my book corner, I don't know what to call it. It's like a resource for anybody, really. My kids, especially, they know that they can come here and grab a book and read it. My kids, they were just the other day trying to figure out what they were going to take on their trip, and they come and they just look through the books and borrow some books. So it is literally like a home library that my family has access to and can find a book and read whenever they want. I also feel like it's a collection. So everybody, almost everybody, most people, lots of people, I don't know, tend to want to collect something. We collect all kinds of things, right? I collect lots of things that aren't books. I have collections of salt and pepper shakers and K-pop albums, and my husband collected stamps back in the day when he was a kid, and I collect t-shirts from places I've been and cookbooks from places I've been. So anyway, we tend to want to collect stuff. It's fun, it shows our personalities, I don't know. So books are just basically a collection that we love, that a lot of people love to do. And you want to collect every album. This is the booktube channel, not the K-pop one. Okay, you want to collect every book in a series, and you want to have a complete series, and it looks cool on the shelf, and that also leads to like decoration. A lot of people say a house is not decorated unless it has books, and I tend to fall into that category. If I go into a house and I don't see any books anywhere, it feels weird. I notice it. It tells you something right off about the people whose house you're in. Try not to be too judgy about that, but it tells you something right then and there to me. And I like a room that has books strewn about, whether they're on the shelf, whether they're piled high on a nightstand. I feel like books are comforting and just sort of a cozy addition to a house. Does that make sense? How many reasons do I have so far? Oh, I talked about my family coming to take from the library, but I also I'm mostly good with loaning out books. It's one strike and you're out, though. If I loan a book to you and it's not a good thing, then I will know that I cannot loan a book to you again. So, but sharing a book with people, that's fun. it's hard to do with ebooks. I'm sometimes really frustrated that I can't share an ebook with somebody. Some ebooks you can loan it out, but most of them you can't, as far as I've noticed anyway. So that's frustrating to me. Like, or like if my husband wants to read it, then we have a book, we share it between us. So that's hard to do with an ebook. And the reason for me would be to support the authors. So I spend a lot of money on books, and I don't mind it because I know that that's supporting the authors, and we want to support the authors because we want them to keep writing, right? We know that authors don't make very much money except, oh my gosh, fly, except, the chosen few that make a ton of money. Most authors don't make very much money, but if they are encouraged just a little bit by some money, then they'll keep writing. And so I tend to not worry about the money I spend on books because of that very reason. Support the authors. We can do that with ebooks if we buy ebooks, but not in the same way. Not in the same way as buying physical books. Am I right? I don't even know that much about the business, but that's my feeling anyway. I think that's all I can think of right now. I just wanted to hurry and quickly get this video made before I forgot, and it was kind of not very timely anymore. So if I think of a ton more reasons, I'll put them in the comments or do a addendum video or something, but I feel like I came up with some good ones, don't you think? I would love to know, though, in comments, why you buy books. If you buy physical books, why do you buy them? Do you agree with my list here? And what would you add to it? I would love to know. Let's discuss why we buy books. In the meantime, happy reading. See you next time. Bye.